All right, we are back on the air, maybe. Sorry about that, folks.
Technical difficulties. Lap 9, and the 3 cars having no technical difficulties as he's pulling away. Pops Markison in second. Replace Steve Weber. Fourth, Dean Gautreaux, and round out top 5 is Ken Hansen in the 9 car. E.G. Reese 6th. Ryan Johnson 7th. Jeff Hammock 8th. Francis Dittman, the Bandit, 9th. Rick Johnson all the way up to 10th place.
Yeah, you knew he'd be on the move.
Here he comes, walking down the street, gets the funniest looks from everyone he meets. Actually, that's the Monkees song back in the day.
Oh yeah,
hey,
I know about the Monkees. Yeah, they were in syndication when I was a kid, so.
Field still all pretty much hooked together here. Senza with just that great line him and Slim work on all the time of that outside in entry right at that perfect point. If you're another couple feet out higher, you can get loose coming in. Do notice he's starting to tighten up that radius a little bit as the tire wear comes in, which was what I was talking about there at the beginning. As you go along, you kind of want to back it off a little bit and save tires and fuel.
Absolutely. Pardon me while I reset the ticker.
No worries, mate. Starting to stack up behind Pops now. Got the Florida freight train here, the big cactus.
The juice train.
Choo-choo!
The juice train runs out of Florida all the way up to here in New Jersey. Jersey City, actually. Just a unit train of Tropicana juice reefers.
Well, we're waiting to see Gautreaux with the LSU colors there. As a Fresno State fan, and Ken Soska is a UCF fan. Which one of these teams is going to face LSU in a bowl game? Could be some side betting going on there if they play against my Fresno State Bulldogs. Great battling here. You guys are all real close in this group here. Looks like the 52 Rick Johnson's kind of settled out and lost touch with the draft a little bit, which happens when you start from the back. So
yeah, but with this flat track, yeah, you can make up some ground even without the draft.
4/10 off his time right now. Knowing Rick, he's thinking. Okay, time to conserve fuel here. Maybe not clutch, but just lift early. You want to get to at some point, you got to get to 36, I believe, a couple times. They have a chance to make it if there's
107 laps, average of 32 to 33. Being a fuel run on a 1.5 mile track, yeah, you'll be fine with 34. Oh, excuse me, 33 will do it.
Sam Young, great bounce back. I'm picking the 52. beat JR to it. Jim Ray, he's referring to. Always a man with a plan. Your new 6-time Cup champion. Wow. I got 2 of those bad boys back in the day, but we got a gaggle here. And Pops is still holding him off there with very consistent running there. As DeCinta's knocking off about 7/10 now, tire wear is an issue here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you want to make that fuel. Oh. 38.8 for Gotro, 38.8 for him, 9 for Webb.
And yeah, Dean's holding on pretty close to Pops there, and looks like he's looking for way under there, but decides to fall back in line.
That guy just seems to find his way up at the end. Ryan Johnson, the 59, only in P5 there.
Yeah, as I mentioned before the crash, Ryan just drove the wheels off it last night in the trucks at the progressive banked version of this track.
That's going to be a little hard to go from that to this. Got to train your mind a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. It is an entirely different way of looking at it.
He's taking a look at Weber here now. Best passing zone right here where he's making the move. Turn 1. But you get that run out of 2, 3, and 4 to execute that.
Yeah, see, this whole pack is together, and Mark is just checking out into the sunset
with no draft, which there is a reasonable amount of draft here.
Yeah, it'll help you. It'll help pull you down the straightaways. A flat track like this.
This is a 39.1 last lap, but they're all 39.3 for Pops Markison. So their tires are degrading fast here as we get into the 20s of laps here.
And meanwhile, Ryan Johnson, he has just come to life.
He's on fire.
He saved
39.053. That's fastest lap.
Yeah, he saved the early life on those tires, and now he's gonna come at it.
Everybody else way off that pace.
And Ryan looks again underneath the 060 and looks like he should have him down the front stretch here.
Why don't we take a little in-car with Ryan here as he can't make the pass. You gotta tap the brakes a little bit here with this flat track and just roll through it, which is a totally different thing. With the other version of the track, you can.
Yeah, absolutely. You just crack the throttle a little bit in the truck physics, try and save the tires, but for the most part, it races like a 1.5 mile super speedway when you got the progressive banking and truck physics.
Here you have to tap the brakes a little or ride the brakes is probably more. Lay on them a little bit, give it a little love, and then slow it down. Then you roll to get that right foot planted to turn the car. And you also hear him feathering the gas there. On and off the gas, loads and unloads the right front tire. .39.2 for Ryan. He's really coming on strong here. But they've also kind of gotten a little gap and air on the nose a little bit. Weber at 39.2. Hansen with a 39.030. Getting back in the game here. Along with T.G. Reese in the O's. But they're varying quite a bit between lap. We got a car down pit road. Jeff Havoc in the 101 car.
It's
U.S.
not really
Army.
pit stop for him.
Who?
I don't know if he's short pitting or if he's got a problem, but that's still a good 6 laps outside the window.
4 tires for the U.S. Army 101. You're in the Army now. Get your butt in the back of the bus. So he'll be in the back of the bus now. Pit road exit there. We missed him entering, but watch that pit road exit. And he's got a whole gaggle of cars behind him here. Bob Dixon in 143 coming up on him. They're all starting to think now what he's doing. Fresh tires, but cold tires too. Bob Dixon very careful there, not giving him some time to get those tires going. Good driving by Bob there.
Absolutely.
You got to be aware. I mean, these guys know what's going on around them. Ken Hansen into the wall.
And yeah, the arrow will definitely not help him there, and that'll just make him tighter and tighter.
I see some cores splattering.
Oh, you know how Milty hates to see good beer wasted.
Absolutely. 31. Now the Marines are pitting here. Do you feel dizzy? Are you out of gas? Got no tires, pit. Robert. Hey, what's Air Force going to do here? Dog Palmer. Looking at the scanner here. I've been missing this. Okay, we got the 31 leaving pit road. Nobody else here. The 3 says leader has the caution, and the caution is out. We got a wreck here. That's very bad for those guys that pitted. Oh my gosh. But the first car that pitted there should get the lucky dog.
Absolutely. That's showing, yeah, Brad Otto currently listed a lap down in the first car lap down.
Confusing there, right? You know, Mark DeCinza as the admin and leading the race is going, at least he's so far ahead here, he can kind of take a minute to figure it out. And we got our drunk pace car driver again, slowing way down, and we just can't get that guy off the sauce. Of course, I was, having a few drinks with him before the race, so it probably didn't help.
Alfie's trying to keep up with you, man.
Oh, Gotro around, and he's got damage. I would take a look at what happened with Dean Gotro.
Absolutely.
and he's got damage, and he spun on the pit entry again too. And he's trying to get lined up here. We got 3 wide coming down pit road. Very confusing. They want to line up right so they don't give a black flag to their competitors as they cross the line. If they pass them, even on pit road, they could get nailed for that. And we got the creator of FSB. Of course, he says number 52.
Yeah, there you go. All right, I'm backing up to find what happened to front row here.
Give us some suspense, Jim, man. He's a smart guy, and he knows he's like myself and like all of us has lost to that 52 a lot. So he was our teammate, so he changed the whole dynamic of our team with his knowledge.
Well, here's what happened to Dean on the pit stop. He accelerated too much on the access road and looped it. But
that's how quickly it is, you know.
I'm thinking he was where the caution came from initially anyway.
Yeah, with that damage. So, yeah, this is a good time for me to give a shout out to my sponsor, Budweiser, the king of beers, for all you do.
So here we go. He was 3 wide, and oh, we got a little help. And just backed it into the wall just enough to do damage. A tough break for Dean there, but gonna have to say it doesn't look like it was exactly his doing.
Oh my gosh. Be right back.
And I think I've fixed all the problems that were created by that little cable modem reset. Alright, so we still have Mark DeSenza out front. We got Ryan Johnson moving his way up to second place on that round of pit stops, and Steve Weber picks up to third. And what happened to Pops? Oh, Pops must have got an end of longest line as he is way back in the pack now. Oh, I don't see Will Farmer out there tonight. I don't know what's going on with young Will there.
Yeah,
of course, as we mentioned.
Well, I'm sorry.
Of course, as we mentioned earlier, Slim's missing tonight as well.
Yeah, looking at that wreck, just the bent. I mean, there was a possibility for almost 4 wide there, you know. They just all kind of had different speeds coming in there and trying to find a lane with, you know, worn tires and thinking about pitting. That was just a real tough deal right there. That puts us right about in the fuel window, however, for this restart.
Yeah, if we're going to restart at lap 33, yeah, it's pretty much just like they got to pit stops naturally, so no race strategy adjustments required. There's Will Farmer checking in on the chat box from YouTube. That's finally working on my end again. Good to see. Yeah, a whole bunch of systems involved in this process. Just did not like having the rug pulled out from under him. That's why I got quiet for a while fixing all that stuff.
Yeah, glad it's you and not me. We'd be in a world of hurt.
And as we can see, Rick Johnson has moved himself up to third quietly. I'm not quite sure how he did that without us noticing.
Obviously, better yellow flag pit stop. Well, quote he quotes Ed Fowler. I can at least see the leaders right now.
Hey, got Brendan checking in from Hobo. Sign up for our interleague race next Friday. Good to see you, Brendan.
Oh,
And
awesome.
yeah, looking forward to that. That should be a lot of fun. Hopefully someone who knows the Hobo drivers will be around to join us in the booth. I say us,
Well,
assuming you're going to be there. I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool if you could, but I'm definitely planning to broadcast that next Friday.
next Friday. As long as the creek don't rise, I'm down. Man.
Sweet.
Well, I even count one of my championships to a interleague championship.
Oh,
As
cool.
far as I was concerned, that was a championship. It was actually CC Racing, who with Dan Smith, and I was racing against Dean Gotro and Reese and Mark DeCenza and Dan Smith, and who was one of the co-founders of our of FSB. Got a car down pit road.
Yeah,
there.
Chet Barkin was coming off pit road as the leaders went by, I was about to say.
Whoa, Chet off into the grass there. Come on, buddy. And he gets it around there. And he comes back out of the track. Oh, and they miss him. Woo! And he skedaddles back down. I don't know if NASCAR's going to penalize him right there. The guitar playing, oh, sorry, that was my wife. Close the door. The guitar playing big fella from Sacramento just dodged the bullet. I don't think there's any.
Looks like he was already trying to serve a penalty. I guess he didn't quite clear it, so he's coming back around again. And he didn't make pit road the second time. And a bad night just keeps getting worse for Chet Barkin in the 68 car. Wow, look how close that 31.
That was so good. That's why I was screaming. There we go again. Great battling.
Yeah, we're gonna watch that from Brad Otto's car.
We got as we watched that, Brad Otto was probably the language that comes to my mind right now. He was okay.
I hope he wore his brown pants today.
I was gonna say pooping peach seeds right there. Oh man, Jeff Havoc power slide through turn 4 and survives. You gotta. Oh my God! When you get. Oh wow! As I'm watching the replay, 3-second delay watching your live feed. You got to go back a lap and check out the 101 friggin' dirt tracking through turn 4. Talk about peach seeds. Of course, this guy, climbs towers. So
wow, look at that. Actually, it started with a little bit of contact. He got into the back bumper of the 99, and it sent him sideways. So yeah, heck of a save for Tower.
That's crazy stuff right there, boy. Tell you what. This whole group right here, they're like going, wow, are we going to do this the rest of the race? We got a long way to go here.
As I was starting to say before things got exciting there. Yeah, next week, Hobo Racing and FSB. Got an interleague race going on. Interleague Race of Champions. Gonna run the Grand National Physics IROC mod.
That's what we did.
Yep.
That's
gonna run it at a Talladega.
That's so cool.
The speedway version of Talladega that we run in the Grand National Series.
So
my dad gonna be fast.
My dad never got to run IROC because he lost the championship in 1974 by 4 points. But they hired him to test the Porsches for and he just went out there and just burned the tires off every one of them. And they were like, we need to change the tire compound. But I think he was just out there pissed because he lost the Peter Gregg, the great Peter Gregg, won the IMSA championship. So he got to run IROC, and my dad was second by 4 points. And then Goodyear hires him to test the cars and the tires. So he just drove the piss out of them. You know?
Talk about insult to insult, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, he needed, I mean, it's money. It wasn't like it is now where if he would have made it to IROC, he would have been guaranteed $125,000 just for finishing last in 1974,
Wow. And yeah,
So,
$74, that's huge.
So, I mean, heartbreaking. I could go on, but we got a race here going.
Absolutely.
Jeff Hammock is, kind of squirming around there as we see a pass there with, looks like Fowler and Farmer going at it. Can't make the pass. Gets back in line, and here comes Hammock, too. Bill, I guess he smoked those tires sideways, but just watching Jeff run here, I'm really seeing huge improvement of car control. I mean, to win these races with these pros against guys like Mark DeCinza is one thing, but it's a process, and I'm seeing him not give up and not give in with some bad finishes and learning curve, and I'm the jinx guy, so I'll probably jinx him, but as he gets in the back of Bill Farmer, no harm, no foul, smoked him. He realized but to continue that, and he goes back and gets passed by Brad Otto now. He's in the mix battling, not just trying to hold on to the car, and that's a huge difference. And when you get to that point, you really start to have fun in sim racing, because I got car control now. I got cars I can race, and that takes time.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, he's been racing with that bum shoulder, which not making life any easier. Hopefully he'll get that straightened away soon in the off season and be back to 100%. Meanwhile, his longtime girlfriend, partner, whatever you want to say, Kim Wright, has signed up for next season. She's going to run the Super Speedway Series and I guess the Chicken Run. Because
Awesome.
he's looking for a Super Speedway and an Aero 88 car for her. So I'll be busy.
That's AKA the Butchers, as we see smoke somewhere there.
I see smoke, but I don't see a flag. Yeah.
Greg and Don Butcher, husband and wife team, girlfriend, wife team, whatever. And that's not the only one. We've had a couple other ones there.
Couple of couples.
More. Francis Dittman, our sometimes in-car reporter, they're up to 7th place. This is another great run for a guy that's slowly getting back into sim racing. And, if he can get a top 10 here, he'd be really happy.
Yeah, Francis likes flat tracks. I know that.
Maybe a top 5. Well,
him.
yeah, like Indy 500 winner. Jim Ray's probably throwing something right now, because both of us watched that race go away from us, especially him. Jim really had it, and I was there. We made it, we were going to work as a team as usual, and he was the lead dog, and then we both blew chunks on the pit stop, and Francis took the win.
Yeah. You still haven't gotten over that one, I know.
Well,
I'll never get over Matt Watkins deciding 10 laps into a run to start saving fuel and managing to go farther than the guys who saved right from the start and beating me by about 1 corner. If he ran out of gas 1 corner sooner, I would have had him. So we've all got ones like that.
One of my funnest wins was right here at this track against Matt Watkins.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that one too, the fuel mileage win there.
Yeah, and
Oh,
that
also,
wasn't my forte, you know.
my first Pro Cup win was him and Isaac got into each other in California, and I was third, and I just pounced and drove the last 3 or 4 laps like I stole it. So,
Awesome.
somehow Matkins was still coming back with the right side knocked off his car, and I had to hold him off, but but, but I managed it.
I remember that race.
Yeah, that was the one that yeah, the old DRTV guys
Yeah.
were broadcasting to as a mea culpa for when they had some technical difficulties like we did tonight when they did the Daytona 500 for us, which the winner of that race is here in the field, I believe, as Dog in the 108.
Meanwhile, we have a battle up front here. The quiet one, Ryan Johnson, has crept up on the 3, and he's not letting him go this time. And a great run here in third place for the Big Cactus. But he gets passed now by Ken Hansen. A lot of battling going on here.
You know, Rick Johnson's looking to join in on that action too, as he's sizing up the 83.
Yeah, Rick fell back a couple spots. We didn't see why, if he was trying to save tires or if guys are kind of jousting and testing each other.
Anytime I see Rick Johnson moving backwards, I assume it's on purpose.
Absolutely, and it almost always is.
But meanwhile, it looks like Ryan has saved something, and now, as he would say to me, he is breathing the clam sauce on the 3 car. I haven't pulled that one out in a while. He'll get a kick out of that later.
That's a Seanism right there.
I believe he said that one came from Hobo. Guys there say he's breathing the clam sauce on him.
Yeah, and there's lineage from Hobo here too. So that's going to be a wonderful event.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to that.
Taking a look.
Yep, he'll get both leagues out there, get more awareness raised just in general for the variety of leagues that are out here in the NASCAR 2003 world still. As man, Ryan is really putting the pressure on that 3 car.
And Rick Johnson starting to put the pressure on Steve Weber.
Like, we got a pass in the making. Can't quite get in there.
Yeah, broadcasted some other interleague races with also Bomb Squad Racing. Still a lot of good-sized leagues out there. And the thing about these special events, just one race. Whoa, Rick Johnson way on the apron there. Apron bad, bro.
No, he's been... Oops. Accidental miltism charge, but hey, we'll roll with that. He's been clipping that apron, especially off of 4, pretty much all night. I think he's just helping turn the car a little better through there.
Yeah, it has been a while since I run here. I don't remember running that low, but you're seeing it happen right now, so...
Well, sometimes it can kind of run like a New Hampshire, and sometimes you do that at New Hampshire too, where you just clip the apron a little bit, try and rotate the car, intentionally break it loose.
That guy in that 52, he's only had a couple paint schemes. Not very, not a lot of frills with the 52. Just he ran the PPG blue and white car for years. Rick Johnson down pit road.
That's early. That is way early. I wonder if he's having a problem. He's just going to retire it.
Yeah, this is like
we got
10
the official
laps
judgment.
early.
Yeah, we got the official judgment call from Will Farmer. Apron bad, bro, is a miltism. So there you go. Now the Shawnism would be, doing more of the Frankenstein's monster voice. Apron bad.
4 tires for the red box Ford. Rick Johnson. This is calculated chaos right here.
Yeah, he did that on purpose.
This guy doesn't do anything that's not on purpose. He's got nothing to lose here, and he's all about winning. And of course, clean racing and great sportsmanship and great dude and all that stuff. But that comes with the territory. But also, he's about strategy. I would say, there's him.
More smoke.
What makes him and Matt Watkins so great is their willingness to do that and be able to figure stuff and do the math as they're driving without losing focus and because it's difficult. You got to be crew chief and driver.
So close on the 83.
Little bump, like.
Little excuse me.
Obviously, he knew Steve was going as fast as he could go. He's looking at trying to make up a second lap here, at least. What he's hoping for is these guys have to run their course. Then he gets the track position. Then the caution comes out.
Yes, that's the only way that's
If it
going to work for
happens
him.
before that, it's not going to work. We're talking lap 66 or 67. That's what we're looking at. And we got more cars pitting. These guys are deteriorating fast. That was a really fast pace there. The 101's pitting and exiting the 83 of Steve Weber. So that move is like we see in NASCAR all the time, watching it every Sunday. Same thing. That changes the game. It gets everybody else going. Rick Johnson pitted. What are we going to do? We're going to try to run it out. Does this thing feel like it's going to go green?
I think it's got a green flag feel to it, and I don't agree with that decision he made. But hey, it wouldn't be the first time I've been wrong here on a Friday night.
I would have to agree with you. And that's why we're announcers, so we can get slapped upside the head or not.
I hear squealing. Somebody's around.
That's what I would be worried about. I would have at P5. I would have stayed out. He's also got the lucky dog, and he's also got pretty good track position here. Let's take a look at the running order. Still a lap down, but he's mowing these guys down like the lawnmower man.
Yeah, whoever went for a slide, it didn't bring out a caution, so we're good. Although we're following the 101, and he is slideways around this place, all over the place right now. I'd say his tires have just about given up.
Bill Farmer has pitted and is exiting. And that's on the cusp. That Bill can still make it with a 34, which you can do, or a 35. You gotta throw one of those in there if you pit a couple laps early on the 33.
Yeah, same for Rick Johnson. He is, Rick Johnson is way off the sequence with that early pit. So, I think you're right. He was just looking for it to cycle. Because we still got the leaders, Ryan Johnson still holding the point with his teammate Mark DeCenza behind him in the 3.
Exactly. I can tell you the reason why he's a 6-time Pro Cup champion. He's got this little book. And he opens that book up. He was my teammate, so this is a little inside info here. That book has steering ratio settings. He can come home from work, and if he can't remember offhand, he'll look in his book, and his book will have, tendencies of races. Guy is a student. There's no mystery as to why he's so successful, along with the skill of just driving, but he also is very well prepared and knows tendencies. As a teammate, he would tell me this stuff, and I'd just be
59 on pit road.
Wow.
Here we go, lap 65, just about where I was expecting it. And this sets him up for one more stop.
Well, you got a book, too, and it's right in your head,
Some of it's in the head, some of it's in a Google Doc, which I'm not
by the way,
very good at
congrats on your 10th championship in the league here
Thank
with
you.
Trucks this week.
Yeah, I see the 59 car of Ryan Johnson.
You only got 5 more to go to catch me.
Yeah, 59 of Ryan Johnson and I at the Progressive Banked Homestead last night. It came down to our laps led. It was just an epic battle. Neither one of us are the type that likes to run that hard usually, so it was a lot of fun to kind of break the mold. I'm trying to find Descenza. There he is. Alright, so you see Ryan will lose a lap there, but come out right behind Mark Descenza.
A bunch of pit stops now. This is getting so crazy. The rest of these guys should be really good with fuel. And they'll have fresher tires than Rick Johnson. I mean, this is great racing. This is great stuff. Green flag, FSB racing. How we roll. God, I just keep giving the kiss of death. These pit entrances. We got to catch one of these guys in car and catch them pitting entry and see what it's like to enter the pit road here as we see Mark Descenza now pitting.
Well, Ken Hansen's taking over the point.
Mark Descenza behind. Oh! That's about 3 seconds off there, but great job by Brad Otto, too. He wasn't letting
Ken Hansen is slow, and I think running out of gas.
Just another guy, Brad Otto, been around a long time, but just keeps working at the craft. Really good run for the Marines there.
Just waiting for everything to cycle through here.
Crazy.
Everybody should be back on the lead lap this time around.
Hansen, the motor sounds like it's still running.
It is. He was very, very slow down the backstretch.
20 miles an hour down pit road.
Oh, he's out.
Kind of problem.
He's out.
He's out. You're absolutely right. Nailed that. He's out of gas, and he makes it into a stall, but he's going to lose. And that's real tricky because if you go too far, you don't have any motor to back it up. Great job there, but he's going to lose a ton of time. Heck, he pushed it too far, though. That's lap 69. That's 36 laps. That's too far.
Yeah, way too far. I'm not sure what he was thinking there. And it has bit him.
I'm sure he'll be kicking himself in the butt there for that one. Easy to say here from the comfort of our palatial block seats here.
I hope you said palatial, because it sounded like something completely different.
Palatial?
We're keeping it G-rated here tonight, guys.
Don't look that up in your dictionaries, folks.
Look that up in your Funkin' Wagnalls.
I'm seeing a solid run here for Rick Castle in the 322 car. In 15th right now. I'm sure he'd like to be in a better spot, but, great car control and No runs, no drips, no errors. That car's clean. That impresses me. Pro league, folks. You know, it's pretty hard. Rick Johnson on point now with that early pit stop. Obviously, what he wants now is a car. Yeah, he'll be willing to go through another pit cycle and then get the caution. So he's got some odds with him right now because he's changed track position here. He can go through this again. Of course, he could be, if that caution comes out when he has to pit, then it'll ruin him, you know. So
Yeah, I think he's put himself in a real tricky spot.
yeah, he has, but you know,
Hey, no guts, no glory sometimes.
he works the odds here. I bet you if you were to be sitting here talking to him right now, he'd be saying, well, the tendencies for this race are to go green from here out until the last 20 or 25 laps. And I'm not kidding you. He knows stuff like that. Yeah,
I mean, some
used to
drivers.
think it was crazy, you know, until I became his teammate, and then he was like, "No, Mel." I'm like, "He tires? Hit now? No, stay out."
I was gonna say some guys are. Yeah, Vienna waits for you. Yeah, some guys are just naturally blazing fast, like your Mark DeCenzas and your Isaac Johnsons of the world. Some guys are thinkers, like Ryan Johnson there, and Slim and myself.
Fast guy, you know.
And then you got those aliens that are both, like Matt Watkins and Rick Johnson.
Yeah,
those are the ones that are dangerous.
But you have to reinvent yourself. You can't keep losing the same way. You have to see what the competition is doing. It also helps to have good teammates, great teammates.
Absolutely.
Rick was a great teammate. Francis Dittman just scraping the wall a little bit there, but
yeah,
maybe, but still a solid run for the 000 here.
007.
Yeah,
000.
000, yeah.
Ooh, DeRocket has run his teammate Ryan Johnson back down.
Oh, pops Markson on the apron there. Pops running up front early. Still battling. It's P7. Dean Gotro with that damaged car. We haven't mentioned that thing's got to be loose, but he is just manhandling that thing. It's still looking at the top 5.
That's a nice recovery from a bad early start for him.
PG Reese just been right around P5 all night. Now things are spread out with the strategy and different pitting. Obviously, these guys would love a caution to snag up to the 52. Battling all over the track. Guys trying to get lucky dogs here, and Brad Otto looks like he's probably wanting that, but he's got to catch. Well, I think he's on the lead lap, so.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about catching Rick Johnson because they're knocking multiple tenths a lap off right now.
Yeah, and that's okay. We take a look. Last lap, Ryan Johnson, as he's got Mark DeCenza trying to get by 38.9 with them battling. and Rick Johnson 39.2. So we're going to see Rick probably hit here pretty soon.
He was in at lap 56, if I recall correctly, right? Which made it a 26-lap run.
Yeah, so he's at 23 right now, so he's probably looking at it. Right now it'd be 27 to go, so he's probably looking at 2-3 laps here. He's gonna pit that thing.
Actually, it looks like he might not have been wrong with that strategy. I'm looking at it.
I'm telling you, this guy doesn't miss much here. Because he's going to wait until, if they pass him, then he's going to pit. And that's going to still work into his window of being able to push the car harder. Tracks like this, you've got, if you go off sequence, then you have to, it's one thing to do the math, it's another thing to do it as a driver and be able to, okay, now I got to change my strategy and really attack the track, or all of a sudden I gotta slow way down and save fuel. Sometimes you just can't pull that rabbit. The great ones can pull that rabbit out of the hat.
And
now
Mark
he's getting past here.
Yeah, Mark DeSenza is checked out.
He's not going to want to let them get too far ahead. He's going to want to go ahead and get that thing pitted pretty quick here. Probably within 2 laps.
Yeah, 82, 83, that would fit with the window that he seemed to be showing before. But again, he's going to be vulnerable to that caution flag.
Well, he made that decision. And he's going to stick with it. Unless the caution comes out now, then he'll reboot.
Meanwhile, I had a question there in the YouTube chat. I don't think you realized it was me replying, because I did it on my own account. Mr. Mountain Dew fan is asking what graphics I use, and I was, as Ryan Johnson hits pit road, so Ryan Johnson's going to force everyone's hand in the 59 car. First one down pit road. That's exactly what I would have done in his spot.
31 pitting. I would expect Rick Johnson to be signaling any time here.
Yeah, as far as Mountain Dew fan there, I'm just curious, what do you mean? Do you mean my graphics card? Particular settings I use? You know, add-ons? There's not really anything added on here. So,
Rick Johnson
clarify.
is pitting.
Yeah, Rick Johnson's hand was forced by
52.
Ryan Johnson.
See, well, a little too late here. I wanted to see that in-car, him coming down pit road there, but...
Tell me when the 3 puts up his message.
Come. Oh, my gosh, that's textbook. Right at 45 miles an hour. Rick Johnson, your 6-time Pro Cup champion. Down pit road, the Red Box 14. Obviously, 4 tires here. At 25 laps, you got to think they're just going to give it 2 tanks, 2 cans, excuse me. But then again, the later these other guys pit, they might think about a can and a half, which changes. But as Rick Johnson left pit road, as soon as the tires were done, the car left. So if you go 2 cans, you might be sitting there a second before you go. With 22 left there, he might have went a can and a half, which would be daring, you know.
So we'll see where this all sorts out in a few laps. As Mark DeSenza, he's banking on that caution. He's staying out. At this point, everybody's bet is made. And here comes Mark DeSenza down pit road. And we're on board. As you see, that end of that pit wall just comes up so fast. Woo! We might have been a little hot there. And Mark has been known to get himself a few pit road penalties.
Hey, Sean. Milt.
Well, we got
Hey, Dan.
the 007 in the booth here watching the race with us. What? You loving this stuff or what? This is crazy, huh?
Yeah, what's going on, Dan? You doing the real race car thing tonight?
Yeah, just sorry I couldn't make it tonight, but looks like it's going well.
So far, so good. Yeah, we got a pit strategy battle here with the 52 and 59 in the 3.
Who's gonna make it?
Yeah, who's gonna make the right call?
Bob Dixon in the 143 STP, the Racer's Edge, leaving pit road there out of P9.
Wow.
Great racing all night, Dan.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Green flag. What's going to happen here?
Dan Jones, our FSB truck champion, sealed that deal last night as well.
Yeah. Great job, bro.
You mean Sean?
Well, no, I got the pro. You get the FSB Division 1.
Oh, I didn't. I didn't know.
Yeah, you didn't realize you
even
picked.
know
You
you
didn't
were the
realize. Yeah,
champion.
you picked up the last 2 spots there.
Oh, wow.
Wow, you just won the lottery, bro.
It's a Pony Express sweep of the truck series.
That was tense those last 2 laps.
Oh my God, was it ever? Especially after I stuffed the turn 1 and fell back to like 8th place, and then charged back for 4 more spots.
Yeah, I said to myself, well, Sean's just playing with us. He's just letting everybody by. He's one
No.
nice guy.
No, I just tried to get too much out of it. I was getting greedy. I only had to finish second to Ryan at that point, and I was still trying to win it.
You and Ryan were going at it hard. Holy.
Yeah, I led 41 laps. He led 38 out of the 81 laps of that race. And neither one of us are chargers like that, but we knew it was that those laps led bonus points were everything.
Meanwhile, TG Reese is leading this race here. Has he pitted already?
I was looking for him. There he is. He is not pitted yet, and there he is in the 53 car.
Waiting for the signal here. Obviously, he's running it out. Would love to have a caution right now. Yeah, talking about that interleague racing, TG was part of that interleague that I run against years ago. It's going to be so cool to see you guys running with Hobo next week, and ought to be a lot of cars, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another great thing about interleague racing, you can fill that server, man.
Yeah, it should be fun. We'll try and branch that out as we go on, but we're gonna start out with 2 leagues to start with, and see where it goes from there. Hopefully, the start of something big. You gonna be running in that, Dan? You qualify. You're an FSB champion. Did we lose him? I think we lost Dan.
What are these guys gonna do here?
Sorry, I was getting double feedback on the
Uh, yeah, you gotta mute whatever service you're watching on, or else yeah, you get that
I
loop
just
going.
realized that. Yeah, I've never done that before, so.
Now, you really want to bake your noodle. Be broadcasting. Open your own broadcast. Leave it unmuted. So not only do you hear yourself coming over, but then it also picks up your desktop audio and sends that back over. And it doesn't stop until you mute one of them.
Well, I'm pretty impressed with what you guys have been doing here, Sean. You too, Milt. Man, you guys are doing a great
man.
job here.
Thank you, sir. It's been a lot of fun, learning as we go. Thank goodness tonight's difficulty was not my fault. But I've had a few that were.
Well, it's a high-tech situation that's better handled by you, that's for sure.
I tell you, TG is still out there. And we're coming up.
Gotro in second place with that beat the crap LSU car. What a great run for him. I think he's also, now he's in the P3 here.
Yeah, Mark DeSenza just made short work of him.
Here comes Rick Johnson moving up fast, but really didn't work out for Rick Johnson like he'd like.
And 53 is still out there, and we're coming up on 10 to go soon here. 2 more laps. Oh, here he comes.
Down pit
so,
road.
yeah, he played that gamble out as long as it would go.
That was a great play there, though. Still going to have some solid position here because he'll have fresh tires and some time to do with it. Make a little bit of time here if the caution doesn't come out.
That's going to put Mark DeSenza back into the lead. I don't know how he maintained the lead staying out as long as he did. Must have just had an excellent pit stop.
Well, plus he was on that second strategy the whole time until that last move there. Decided to run it out.
I see, so it should shake out to Mark DeSenza in the lead and Rick Johnson over 3 seconds back.
John the Dog Palmer now down pit road. That's going to knock him out of the top 10.
And then Ryan Johnson, did he have a problem on his pit stop? Because for him being the first one in just did not pan out as he has lost touch with these guys.
This sends at 38.4. Rick Johnson, 39.1. That's not going to get it. Mark's got better tires and track position. .38.9 for Ryan Johnson last lap.
So we got 8 laps to go here.
It hits him with a 40. Something must have happened to the 9 there. Still in P4, pushing hard to try to get on the podium, but 48.6 might have hit the wall or something. TG still in 5th after taking a chance there. A very good chance. Great run for TG Reese.
Yeah, just didn't get the caution he needed to hold on to that spot. And as this is winding down, I don't see anyone catching DeRocket.
Now, Rick Johnson's tires are done and falling back. Question is, can Ryan catch him?
I don't think so. He's got more than 4 seconds to make up. That just doesn't seem very likely with the time we have left.
Last lap 39.040 for Ryan Johnson. Rick Johnson, they're not relation.
No relation.
They're not 39.3, so Rick Johnson his tires are toast, and 4 seconds. Better get to going here. Let's see. $39.2, $38.7. We're talking half a second a lap here. If it degrades anymore, we're starting to see the 59 in the picture. Ryan Johnson showed us all year this type of late race efficiency and sticking
A
with
little
the
slide.
plan.
Yeah, a little slide didn't help him, though.
Yeah, they're all battling tire dag now.
Unless we come across the line for 3 to go. He's got to get
Johnson
around the
holding
slow, damaged car of the 68.
Does a nice job getting out the way. 39.6 last lap. Or 39.8 for Ryan. 39.2. That's still 0.4 of a second.
I see Ryan's just reaching just a little too hard now to try and run him down. He pushes up again through 3 and 4.
Obviously seeing the urgency, but
I think he's just going to run out of time, but still a great run. I'll have to ask him how he ended up being 3rd after being the first one on pit road. It seems like he just didn't gain the time that we would have expected.
there's so much involved with pitting here, and Dan knows that.
Oh, yeah.
One of those tracks that we run in the King of the Hill, I believe, when you beat me by 1 point.
Don't you love that? Still talking about it.
I'll never forget that either.
White flag in the air, and Mark Senza just has one more lap to bring this home. Put an exclamation point on his second consecutive Winston Cup title.
We wondered what it would be for him having to, volunteering to admin the series and race, if he could, repeat, and with all that responsibility and distraction, and the question has far been answered, and now he's putting the exclamation point on it.
Yeah, next season, it'll be the man we're watching on the left side there, who brings it home 3rd place tonight. Ryan Johnson will take over the Winston Cup Series as our admin for 2019. But for this season, and for tonight,
Awesome.
it's once again Mark DeRocket DeSenza.
Great for him to step up like that. It's really, to keep this thing going, you got to have guys that step up and show up every Friday night. Mark DeSenza's usual deal. He don't burn them, he don't tear them up. He just drives it down pit road, takes his teammates' hands, and
I'll give Ken Hansen a little love tap.
Gave Hansen a little love tap right there. Unassuming, mellow, great guy and a great driver.
And so there we have it, folks. Homestead's in the books. Season 32 is in the books. 2018 is in the books. Yeah, celebrating the 15th year of doing this here at FSB. It's a NASCAR 2003. It's a 15-year-old game. Keeping it alive. And there's your champion, Mark DeSenza. Finishes it just like he started, with a win here at Homestead. Second place, Rick Johnson in the 52. Strategy, well, it worked out better than I thought, but just still came up just a little short. And Ryan Johnson, man, he just needed a couple more laps to pick up that second spot, but he'll have to be happy with the third place tonight in that 59 car. T.G. Reese, he was looking for that late caution, staying out, didn't quite get it. Still brings it home, fourth place with a bunch of laps led. Rounding out your top five is 83 of Steve Weber. Pops Margison started on the outside front row, but falls back to being the first car a lap down. Not sure what troubles befell him, but he brings it home sixth. Dean, front row Gautreau, great run with a bent up rear end on the 060 car. Francis Dittman in eighth, Bob Dixon ninth, Ken Hansen, after running out of fuel, ends up 2 laps down, but still rounds out your top 10. Field finishes off with Bill Farmer, John the Dog Palmer, Brad Otto, Rick Castle, making his debut in that 322. We'll get him squared away next time. Jeff Habbick in the 101, Chet Barkin, Ed Fowler, and Perry Bond both retired tonight. All right, Melty, you want to go down and get our podium finishers?
You betcha.
Ooh, betcha. Alrighty, so we are into the post-race, post-season time here at FSB Live. Yeah, another great year of racing. We got Ryan Johnson in the booth already. Ryan, great run last night, great run tonight. And I thought you had the strategy down, but you came out just a little short. Why didn't that work out for you? You were the first one on the pit road in that last sequence.
The only thing I can think of, I mean, I was the third place of them. I'd lost a little bit of time. I just don't think I hit the pit, road access road correctly, I guess, and lost some time. It's the only thing I can think of. I was actually quite surprised you missed it because I had the broadcast playing, but the first green flag pit stop, I actually got too close to the wall and only got rights and was able to run and pass Mark on that one run with just rights. I didn't even tell Mark that happened. But, yeah, but I don't know, just I guess I just didn't get in there and out as fast as everyone else. So but I'll take third.
I can't believe 2 tires had like that. Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
I Put that one in your notebook, Rick.
But yeah, I wasn't going to tell Mark. He now knows.
The whole world knows now, Ryan. Good job. We are not putting you in covert ops here at FSB. No trade secrets. Still a great run. Great way to close out a great season. And go get him next time, Ryan. And Rick, you were the one leading the way with that short pit strategy, and then you got out short pit by Ryan. And what was your what were you looking for there? Like, how were you hoping that one would play out?
Well, I was running. Oh, somebody's mixing. I was running I think 5th there with Weber and Ken. So I was just trying to get third so I can get up here in the booth with you guys. So,
there you go.
So I thought I'd short pit, and when I short pitted, I found a little bit of speed after that. So
yeah, it worked.
Well, we got a couple new keywords now, and key phrases. One of them is 6 time. 6 time Pro Cup champion. Congratulations,
Thanks, Smoke.
teammate, and also notebook, because we started talking about the Rick Johnson notebook, and that could become legendary. You know?
Not the notebook. That's an entirely different story.
Man, that book I got in my brain.
But that notebook's pretty good, dude.
Yeah, I don't really have a notebook for this place. I kind of see why they bulldoze this place now.
This so much bulldoze it is. They kind of jacked up the outer banking there, made that progressive bank. It's
Beautiful
still,
track.
Yeah, it's still a far sight better than when it was squared off, and you had that bad angle that killed John Nemechek rather.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, still a great run. I think
Thanks, man.
I think your strategy was sound, but
Yep.
somehow, and at the time I was wrong. I thought, oh my God, is he crazy? And then I saw what you were doing and thought it was going to work, but I don't know how Mark stayed out.
I know. I was hoping he stayed out real long like that last night, but he didn't. I think he stayed out maybe 2 more laps.
Tell me you didn't just take a can and 2 tires. Was that what happened?
Who, me?
Yeah, you, Mark.
No, I took 4 tires.
Wow.
But gas, we were wondering whether or not you could take the guys that were pitting later could take less gas. But when we saw Rick Johnson leave pit road, he didn't wait on tires. I don't know if it was the pit crew or as soon as that thing dropped, it was gone. So we're like, he's the first one or one of the first. You know, how's that going to play out? But definitely played out well for you.
I took the 4 tires and all the fuel I needed. I was just I had a pretty good pit. I was actually shocked I came out that close to Rick when I came out that last stop. And, the time before Ryan's so-called pass that he was talking about, I was trying to save because I really thought I could make it on that one more stop. But I waited, I had a pit. I was almost out, and I still was 3-4 laps shy. So I really thought I could make it one more stop, but it just couldn't do it.
Okay, now it's starting to make sense there.
Yeah.
So
but Ryan ran an awesome race, man. He was fast as hell.
all 3 of you put on a show out there. Differing strategies all comes together at the end. Just shows how many ways there are to skin a cat. But again, great way to put an exclamation point on a dominant season, Mark. Thanks for all you do adminning the series all year long. I know firsthand how hard it is to be running for a championship and adminning at the same time. So it's a good job on that.
Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you guys for what you do. It's so much fun to watch the races that you guys broadcast, and now I get to see you. I see that, which is really
you see,
cool.
I haven't shaved since Thanksgiving.
Awesome, that's awesome, man.
He had a drink there earlier. I don't know. You still got that drink right there?
There we go. So this is hard.
How many milk
there you go.
tonight?
This is a head trip, by the way, guys. Because when you're looking at yourself, you're used to seeing yourself mirrored, right? But now, actually, right is right and left is left. So everything's crossed up. So I go to point at something and I go.
How many miltisms?
Miltisms. Let's see the multi counter. Oh shoot! I don't have it hotkeyed on this screen. Only 9. It was a light miltism light.
Awesome.
There it is.
He may have skated by with a few when I was trying to scramble to fix everything after my internet crashed. Ryan, just like last night in the truck race, and I didn't get this story out before Milty. So it was Ryan and myself going at it, with that 6-point differential for the truck championship. And I do the driver's meeting, and we get through happy hour, and as soon as the countdown started, boom, TeamSpeak drops. I'm like, oh no, did we lose TeamSpeak? And then I notice all the cars disappear, and then Shannon's game crashes. And oh no! I had to reboot our cable modem. I thought the worst case scenario that the cable internet went out completely here from Comcast. So actually, I was booting up my cell phone's hotspot to try and run off that while I was rebooting the cable modem, and texting Ryan saying my internet crashed, and he had Ed Finley reset the server for me while we waited for this Xfinity cable modem, which takes like 5 minutes to reboot.
Absolutely.
Feels like 10 hours.
I feel you.
And finally it came up. And so tonight, it did the exact same thing right as the cars were on the formation lap in tonight's race. So it's like clockwork. It's like 9:48 Eastern. my internet has crashed 2 nights in a row. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that for that being a pattern and bust some heads down at Xfinity.
Well, thanks for the help last night too, Sean, and my computer. I just made sure everything was plugged in and it worked, so I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I just wasn't up to racing.
When in doubt, reseat everything. And I hear you still sound a little ragged, but I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, I'm feeling better. And congrats on the Cup Championship, Rick. Wish I could have been there. Just wasn't up to it. I couldn't do it, man.
Yeah, the Rocket's racing with the flu or something here.
Yeah. I thought.
I feel you.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I would have won anyway. So.
Oh man!
Oh wow! You probably would. I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, I don't know how many points I was behind you, but it's with the amount of people, it's like 25 points. So you probably would have. Where'd you run?
Loudon.
Oh,
yeah, Loudon.
Wow.
Nice. Now you're thinking maybe you could have had a shot at it.
I don't know. I would have tried. Even last night I wanted to race. I just didn't have the energy last night. I think you had a 5-point lead on me last night. Was it, Sean? 2?
Well, I had a 2-point lead on you going into that truck race. Yeah. So basically, the only chance I would have had to have kept you behind me. That's the only chance I had. If you won that race at all, I didn't have a chance to stay in front of you.
You would have done it anyway.
Well, you should have seen me and Ryan going at it. That was.
I see Ryan won. And I'm like, awesome, he got the championship. But then I looked at the post, how he had lost by like 2 points or something.
Yeah, it came down to the lap sled. The lap sled, yeah.
Oh, good job.
Thank you, sir. But yeah, looking at the Pro Cup standings, I've got that up on the screen now. It's got Rick Johnson up 29 points. And so if he scored 24 last night, that means he was up by 5.
Yep.
So he could have still held on to it, finishing second, even if you led the most laps.
Well, New Hampshire is a good track for me, but still, even if he finished second, he probably would have got it.
Exactly. Yeah, the math worked out. So yeah, that concludes our championship week here at FSB. Might as well go over it all since we got the screen up here.
Guys. You guys do awesome. So much fun,
you guys make the show. I just push the buttons, so thank you guys.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so once again, Rick Johnson.
Where was Dan Jones tonight?
I think he was out doing his real racing thing.
He was in the booth there at the end.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I think he probably had a real race out at Pensacola Speedway, Pensacola. I don't know what it is out there in Canada, but he has an Acura that he races out there. So anyway, Rick Johnson, our 6th-time Pro Cup champion there. The FSB Cup going to Ed Fowler. Super Speedway is yours truly. 3 points over Josh Elliker. Thank you. Josh Elliker ran roughshod over the chicken run there and clinches another one. Ryan Johnson picked up the GNS Sprint. Congrats there, Ryan. Rick Johnson also gets the Grand National Series. And then again, you see that 2-point just barely held off Ryan last night for the truck championship for myself again.
Awesome job. It's a competitive series.
Yeah, it is.
Awesome job, man.
It's great fun. That's my favorite series. I love the trucks. I love the truck physics. That's what I also love about this Winston Cup Series, which again, Mark DeSenza clinched it 2 weeks ago, I think. That brings it home 69 points over Ryan Johnson. Or have you put up tonight's yet?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, tonight's is up there, so that's the final. Yep, 69 points. You were aiming for that number, weren't you?
I was. Favorite number.
Yeah. Even with the flu, he's got the 12-year-old sense of humor and precision.
Well, you know what? I did get quite a few wins, but I took advantage of a lot of people's mistakes and happened to have good runs them nights. So, like Slim, he ran real well. He runs real well here, so he would have been hard to beat here.
He's hard to beat anywhere, and I got a full season out of him, and he's definitely one to beat. And yeah, there's Dan Jones. He fell back to 3rd by not showing tonight. So still a podium for the season. And our Road Rage series goes to Pops. Look at that, Pops Marguson.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, way to go, Pops.
I didn't realize that because I haven't paid a lot of attention to the Road Rage.
That's like his 3rd championship, I think. I think he's got a Road Rage championship and Winston Cup Championship, great for the venerable one there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I bet he still says, "Oh, I hate road courses."
I do too.
He
That's a good
freaking
way,
loves
though.
them.
You know, that's a good thing to do, though. If you do hate road courses, go out and run the road rage.
Well, you
'Cause,
gotta,
yeah,
you gotta
it'll make
hate
you
it.
better. It'll make you better. It makes you better at short tracks. Makes you better when the road courses come up on our oval track series, you know, our stock car series. So I know I've gotten better at road racing, even not running that, just because we do it so often. You know, here we're racing 5 nights a week. We usually get at least one road course into each series, so you know that's 3 road course races per series per year. Yeah, I'm getting better at some of them. I almost won Sonoma there. I'm getting the hang of Watkins Glen, and I love that not Montreal, Mosport, Canadian Tire. You know, lots of fun tracks out there. But yeah, there's our recap. Great way to end the year. So thanks everybody for coming out. Congrats again to Ryan
Happy
Johnson,
holidays,
Rick Johnson,
everybody.
Mark DeSenza. Yeah, happy holidays from everyone here at FSP.
A lot of off-season stuff coming up, so everybody pay attention to the forums.
Yep.
All right, guys. Good job. Appreciate your the broadcast. You guys do an awesome job, man.
Thanks,
Thanks,
man.
guys. Yeah, so the racing doesn't stop just because.
You're cutting out, Sean, or we can't hear you.
There we go. No, it's okay. My levels are moving. It might be just TeamSpeak cutting out. But again, thanks everybody for coming out. Thanks for joining me as always, Milty, all season long. Again, good night, everybody. From FSB, I'm Sean Reap.